The Winchester Mystery House. A house so mysterious that mystery is its middle name, and so haunted it is #1 on America's Most Haunted, which is ranked by, I don't know, gross revenue from tourism? It's so famous, it's been featured in countless books, articles, graphic novels, musical, TV shows like BuzzFeed Unsolved, Ghost Brothers, Mythbusters, and the 2019 Hollywood blockbuster Winchester, which received 4 Golden Raspberry nominations for Worst Picture, Worst Actress, Worst Director, and Worst Screenplay. Now, to be fair to this movie, despite the hundreds of 1-star reviews, some people said it was pretty scary. I don't do so well with scary movies myself, but it couldn't kill me to take a look, right? Ooh, creepy. Oh, that's her! Oh no! Don't go in there! No! No! Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't kill your... Oh no, Helen Mirren, how could you do this to your career? Oh, yeah, it's scary, all right, and kind of tragic. Just like the strange tale of Sarah Winchester and her House of Mystery, a story that goes like this. Eccentric millionaire Sarah was stricken with grief after the untimely deaths of her child, her husband, and her father. She sought guidance from a psychic medium who directed her to build a labyrinthine house. Obsessively, she constructed a maze of twisting stairways and strange rooms to confuse the evil spirits that haunted her from the ghosts of those killed by her husband's Winchester rifles. Every midnight, she held séances to seek guidance from the spirits, and she believed that if she ever stopped building, she would die. Sarah still haunts the creepy halls of the Winchester Mystery House to this day, along with hundreds of other spirits, some benevolent, others not so much. Now, if any part of that story were true, and we'll get to that, who in their right mind would set foot in that house, like, ever? But especially at night, when you could be keel-hauled by ghosts, or I think that's pirates, or whatever it is that ghosts do to you. Point is, it would be like really, really dangerous. So what kind of idiot would go in there? Well, every idiot who wants to be on TV but doesn't have any particular talent or skills can get their 5 minutes of fame by filming themselves screaming the night away in the Winchester Mystery House. Like these 4 idiots on a TV show called Destination Fear on the Travel Channel.
My name is Dakota Layden. I'm leading my sister and 2 best friends on a road trip, experimenting with fear and how it affects our interaction with the paranormal.
A fear reduces your ability to think critically and make rational decisions.
The catch is, only one of us knows where we're going.
Okay, that's the setup. They're gonna take a road trip to the mystery house. The 3 boys are completely clueless where they're even going, but the sister has done some research. Or has she? Let's find out.
Well, we have been driving for 2 days now. Chelsea, what is going on? You're in control.
I get to choose the destination, and the location is unlike anything we've ever experienced before.
OMG, guys, this is such an impromptu conversation. It's so unscripted and... Line?
I feel like we need a little bit more of a hint than that.
Yeah, me too. Can I get a peek at the script again?
Nothing. No hints.
Just one hint. I forgot my lines.
No hints.
Oh, come on.
I think I'm gonna let you relish in the mystery for a little bit.
You see what she did there? She said mystery, 'cause that's its middle name. But I guess they had some time to fill, so they stopped at a roadside attraction.
I don't quite understand why we're here.
I think it's called filler.
Right now, the guys are off exploring a roadside attraction called the Mystery Spot.
Your compasses apparently don't work here. Some people believe it's like geomagnetic related. It's a total mystery.
It's a total mystery how magnets work. No one has ever figured that out. And speaking of quality reporting,
we are about to explore one of the most twisted haunted homes in the entire country. It is a labyrinth and has no floor plan.
Well, it does have this complete 3D high-res floor plan. It's on the website.
And hundreds of spirits that still call that house their home. Who are these lost souls, and why are they still there today?
And how is that, in fact, begging the question?
We have the incredible opportunity to shed light on what is truly going on.
It's such an incredible opportunity, they will not waste another minute on...
The beach!
Yay! Can I get ice cream before putting my life in peril? No joke, they filmed themselves eating ice cream, playing frisbee. Heck, they're so good at filler, they took up 4 parking spaces. But finally,
We are going to go and read the packet now.
finally, this crack team of researchers gets to learn where they're even going.
Unreal how spooky and massive these trees are.
It's incredibly ominous.
How are trees spooky? They're tall? Anyway, it's time for the big reveal. All together now, the
Winchester Mystery House? How did I not see this? Oh, that's why you said mystery so many times.
Oh, now you see what she did there.
Can't believe we didn't see this one coming.
Did I deliver my line convincingly?
I really don't know that much.
You don't have to know, just read the teleprompter.
This story is wild.
Winchester Mystery House, a breathtakingly large and infamous mansion, has remained untouched for 100 years.
Except for the continual and nonstop maintenance and renovation of every single room.
Many rumors and questions surround the home's former owner, the mysterious Sarah Winchester.
A woman so mysterious, it's literally impossible to know anything about her without doing actual research, and who wants to do that? Nah, let's just read the packet and call it a day.
Diving in, Sarah married her childhood sweetheart, William, heir to the Winchester fortune. But shortly after they married, her life was plagued by tragedy.
They lost their only child. At the age of 6 weeks, she died of marasmus.
What? We got an expert in the house. Damn, this is about to get scholarly.
He purchased this failing gun company, which eventually turned into the Winchester Repeating Arms Company.
2 experts.
She moved out to California, she purchased this property, built and built and built on it.
3 experts. We've got Luna Conrad, a tour guide, Susan DeLance, tour manager, and Jenin Bomi. That says house historian, but on her LinkedIn profile, she's actually another tour manager. So all 3 work in the tour office of the Mystery House. Their job is literally selling ghost stories to tourists. You know what? 2 can play at that game. I'm gonna do my own poorly lit interview with actual published author of this month's Skeptical Inquirer cover story about the Mystery House.
I recently spent 2 years researching this topic. I rewrote the Wikipedia page top to bottom because the misinformation about Sally Winchester is wild.
So you know more than like 99.9% of people on the planet about this topic, right?
That's probably accurate.
Well, what about 3 tour guides, a girl with a printout, and 3 boys who don't even know where they are?
I think I can handle that.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Her life was plagued by tragedy.
They lost their only child. In May of 1880, Sarah lost her mother. In December, her father-in-law passed away. And 3 months later, William succumbed to tuberculosis.
So those people did die, but it wasn't all at once. 1880 was 15 years after Sally lost her baby.
Following her husband's untimely death, Sarah...
And one more thing. She went by Sally, not Sarah. Everybody called her Sally.
Sarah reportedly sought guidance from a Boston medium. Channeling her late husband, the medium explained to Sarah that their family was cursed by those who had been killed by the Winchester rifle.
Nothing about that story is true. Her staff and relatives claimed she was not a spiritualist or superstitious, and nowhere in her correspondence did she ever mention feeling guilty about Winchester rifles. In fact, she was on the board of directors until she died.
In order to ward off vengeful spirits, she needed to move out west, purchase an estate, and continually build on that property to create a home for herself and the spirits who had been felled by the gun that won the West.
So, did Sally even visit this supposed medium?
Well, it is possible that she visited a medium at some point, but if she did, she never mentioned it in any of her letters, and she was known as a level-headed woman. So I think it highly unlikely.
She moved out to California, she purchased this property, built and built and built on it for 36 years straight.
No, not 36 years straight. She took long breaks and actually did let the workers sleep.
Turning the 8-room home into a 160-room mansion.
Actually, it was bigger. 500 rooms before the earthquake. Are they going to mention the earthquake?
And she doesn't have family. Like, she has no one to fill the room.
She had a lot of family. She had sisters, their kids, and their husbands who all moved to California with her. She wanted to build a house big enough to house everybody.
Some of the legends are that she thought she would never die. She was directed by the spirits, and that's why there's so many oddities in the house.
Well, at least she used the word legend and not fact.
The building wasn't haunted. She was haunted.
The spirits have designed the house, too.
At the time, it was highly unusual for a woman to be designing her own home. Sally was actually a pioneer architect, and maybe that's why ghosts get the credit instead of her.
There are no blueprints for the home, so its exact layout is unknown.
So I guess the tour guides get lost all the time then.
It would not be unusual to come to a door and there's a drop of 13 feet down to the pavement outside of the house.
Interesting that they didn't mention the earthquake that collapsed the room that was on the other side of that door.
The number 13 is also everywhere throughout the house.
There are rooms with 13 ceiling panels. There's a chandelier with 13 lamps in the grand ballroom, 13 windows.
Whoa, hold on a sec. Rewind. They just showed us 14 skylight panels, pause this and count them if you don't believe me, a chandelier with 5 lights on it, and a wall with 3 windows.
Well, they clearly have difficulty counting.
Or, hear me out, the film crew got lost because the house has no floor plan, so they couldn't find the room with the 13 candle chandelier, because there actually is one, right?
Sally did have a chandelier custom made in Germany and had 12 gas candle sconces. That 13th candle was actually added after she died. And you can tell it was added. It was very sloppy.
Such a mystery why she decided to add the 13th candle after she died.
13 windows in the 13th bathroom and 13 steps to get down to the 13th bathroom.
So I visited the house and there was one staircase that was 13 stairs. And they claimed another one was 13, but it was actually 14 if you count the landing. But there were lots of other stairs. There was 5, 7, 40, no mention of that.
Wow.
This really shows the kind of paranoia and distress that Sarah was under.
Or it just shows the sexism of the time. She's a woman who designs her own home, manages her own finances. What a nutcase.
Frickin' weird.
Yeah. Allegedly, she designed the house haphazardly to confuse the spirits inside and keep them from doing her harm.
I don't know who alleged this, but it was not that unusual for big rambling homes to be constructed by the wealthy at that time. Her home was actually not that unusual.
Which is also why she slept in a different room every night.
What? Who says that? Well, she did sleep in a different house a lot of times. She had multiple properties in the area, including a houseboat that she rotated between, as is typical of her class.
After 36 years of constant construction, work came to a grinding halt when Sarah died in her sleep.
The minute she died and they rang the bell, everything stopped. No more construction happened after that.
Well, that is just bullshit. All construction stopped in 1906 because of the San Francisco earthquake. And all she did was clear the rubble away, make it safe, and never built on it again. Because she had these other homes that she could live in.
The crew stopped so suddenly that nails are still left half-hammered into the walls.
How long does it take to hammer in a nail? Like 2-3 seconds if you know what you're doing? And they didn't have time to finish one nail? They were just like, it's half hammer time. Stop. We're out of time.
160 rooms, 10,000 windows, 2,000 doors, 52 skylights.
Remember what that kid just said?
There are no blueprints.
No floor plan.
Its exact layout is unknown.
Yeah.
It's 47 fireplaces, 40 bedrooms, 40 staircases, 13 bathrooms, 6 kitchens, 3 elevators, 2 basements, and 1 shower.
Sounds like they actually have a pretty good idea.
Following her death in 1922, Sarah's home opened for tours.
Yes, and I believe the people who ran those tours are largely responsible for perpetuating the false rumors about Sally. Apparently it's good for business.
And people came from all around the world.
In 1924, Harry Houdini visited this estate. By the end of his visit here, he says, oh, it's a marvelous place. It's a mystery house.
He ended up leaving with more questions than answers.
Yes, Houdini did visit the house, and he did find it odd, strange, different, but I don't recall him ever mentioning he thought it really was haunted.
Harry Houdini actually was there and couldn't figure out what was going on.
He never said anything was going on.
Even he was bedazzled.
Yeah.
No! This is like a 100-year-old game of telephone.
The most active areas include Sarah's bedroom.
It has a lot of possessive energy.
A couple of people have seen a shadowy figure, very small, petite. They felt that perhaps it was Sarah.
This is their job.
Yeah, they're just doing their job, and I can't really blame them.
They're tour guides in a haunted house.
When I was on my tour, we went up into an attic, a very dark and creepy place, and they had a picture of the ghost of Sarah Winchester, which looked like a blob behind a person.
Or maybe a finger in front of the lens? I don't know. Let's find out what else is on the tour.
The séance room.
Don't get me started.
This is where Sarah was rumored to retreat nightly to commune with the spirits.
According to records, it was the gardener's bedroom, not a séance room.
She had the only key.
Well, then how did the gardener get into his room?
She would go in there between midnight and 2 a.m.
Wait, were Sally and the gardener?
Coleman, don't start any more rumors. That's terrible.
I'm just asking questions.
Nobody else was allowed in there. She would have the bell rung to summon the spirit.
Who holds a séance by themselves? By definition, a séance is something you hold with other people.
Well, I always enjoy a good one-person potluck. Just wish somebody would bring something other than hummus.
The other legend is that the spirits were giving her the building directions.
You know, if the spirits were the ones giving her building directions, then the layout wouldn't have been very confusing to the spirits, now would it?
She would have the bell rung to summon the spirits.
I swear to God, if we hear that bell between midnight and 2 a.m.
No, we are ringing that bell.
That's like a trigger object.
A trigger object?
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah.
If we don't do whatever it is correctly, we might not be able to stop whatever we start.
Still don't know. Maybe the real question is, can this show stop getting any more batshit once it's started?
Her will is actually in 13 sections, signed 13 times.
She's signed it 13 times? That is literally unbelievable. Fact check.
So yes, her will does have 13 sections because she had a lot of stuff. She signed it once, and she had 3 witnesses also sign it.
Well, it's actually true. 1 signature plus 3 witnesses, that's 13! Do your own math, people!
Steam Alley. Found in the basement, this is where people have interacted with a tall entity who appears to be pushing a wheelbarrow.
We do see him quite often. He's most notably seen down in the basement.
Well, she's really hamming it up with this ghost story stuff.
That's actually terrifying.
And she's only a tour guide, not a tour manager.
I think she deserves a promotion.
Yeah, can her boss do any better than that?
Venetian dining room has the most aggressive paranormal activity.
One of the employees saw a shadow come through the wall there. She started crying. They were not happy she was in there.
Oh, damn.
Well, I think the boss has still got it.
Yeah, that's how you scare kids like a boss.
There have also been reports of scratching and welts appearing on one's chest.
That's a lot of physical accounts.
Real.
For real, expert question, do ghosts cause breakouts?
Well, perhaps during allergy season.
Maybe treat ghost rashes with vanishing cream?
You really have to watch your step because you don't know what's going to be right around the corner.
There's 2,000 doors. I hope a lot of them are exits.
Same.
Just don't take the one with the 13-foot drop.
You guys are in for a chaotic evening.
Well, once they finish driving there.
Tonight is the night.
Ooh, let's have another unscripted conversation. What's my next line?
We are going to arrive at the Mystery House.
Oh, we're just stating the obvious. That's easy then.
It's almost 100 years after Sarah Winchester passed away. Is that going to change possibly the energy at this location or not? But that's got me nervous.
I'm nervous because Sarah did seances to conjure the spirits to help develop this house.
I'm a little nervous we didn't actually research that, guys.
I'm actually extremely nervous that I'm gonna get lost.
Oh, we're foreshadowing now. Oh, okay, I'll go. I'm nervous that this show is about to get canceled by the Travel Channel. What? Too close to home? Sorry, I thought that's what we were doing.
Are we getting close?
Are we there yet? Pipe down back there, I'll turn this bus around, I swear to God. I gotta pee. Just hold it. She hit me. Okay, kids, we're here. Wow. Now go have fun and don't get lost.
This is wild.
Damn.
You guys, this is only the front.
This is just the front.
This is just the front.
And around the other side is the back.
We are going to start off this night completely different than we've ever done before. Tonight, we are doing a group solo.
Oh, what?
What?
A group solo.
That's an oxymoron.
We're gonna walk together by ourselves?
Sure, if seances can be done alone, then why not solos in a group?
I have picked a specific room that you are going to try to find
Still in the dark about what she thinks those words mean.
without a flashlight.
Now they'll all be in the dark.
We are going to get lost.
So I guess she thinks group solo means everyone wander aimlessly without flashlights trying to find their assigned rooms. These 4 most haunted rooms, according to whatever she printed off the internet. Will they survive their own incompetence? Oh, the suspense.
Let's get lost.
All right, everyone. See ya.
Bye, guys. I'm scared.
Going this way, I think.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, this is unsafe.
Maybe I don't subscribe to enough cable channels, but I never knew that idiots bumbling in the dark was a genre. And while spooky, ominous music adds something, let's go back and replace that soundtrack with something a little more upbeat.
Going this way, I think. Dude, this is unsafe.
I'm scared. Oh gosh.
Careful!
There's a chair here. I'm just saying.
Oh my god, I'm back in the gear room. Damn it. No, there you go. Chelsea.
Yes, I don't know.
I will make it to the door.
And that's a dork in the dark.
Oh my god.
Ow! This is my room.
This is? Okay. I'm in the wrong place.
Oh my god. This is so messed up. What am I walking on?
Hello?
Hello?
What are you doing?
I am actually lost.
You're on the 2nd floor.
No, I'm still on the first. This is the second
This is the 2nd floor.
Hello?
Hello?
Have you found your room?
No.
How have you not found your room?
Oh, do not get me started.
Dude, I've been down here for like 2 hours.
I'm outside. This is definitely not the Venetian room. Really should have got a tour or something before this. This is ridiculous.
Chelsea, are you okay? You just fell.
Honestly, the scariest part of watching that was how close they all came to destroying priceless antiques. I can only imagine the conversation about liability.
Sally Winchester chick was dark, like my soul.
Well, howdy.
Welcome to Mystery House. No ghosts, no refunds. How can I help you?
I am a producer with the Travel Channel, and we're here to do that TV show.
Ghost Brothers?
No, the other one.
Mythbusters?
No, the opposite. We are Destination Fear.
Never heard of it.
Well, it's gonna be wild. We got 4 kids. We're gonna turn loose in your house, and they're gonna go around in the dark and without flashlights and bump into things and break shit. It's gonna be hilarious.
Listen, dude, I'm gonna need you to sign this 13-page waiver.
Oh my, you must really care about our safety.
We don't give a shit about your safety, dude. We just care about protecting our property.
Okay then, so I just
You're
need...
gonna need to sign this 13 times. Here, 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 here.
But let's not forget why this clown brigade is here in the first place. The whole point of a ghost hunting show is to, find a ghost, or at least something you can pass off as a ghost. And in that, let's see what they found. The first guy who actually managed to find his spot was Alex.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. I'm going down into a basement.
I'll bet this guy's done a lot of dumber things in his life. Making this show, for example. So his post is Steam Alley, a boiler room full of radiator pipes and ductwork.
I'm not sure what is making that buzzing, but it is super loud down here.
It's a boiler room full of radiator pipes and ductwork. So he sits down and has a stimulating conversation with nobody for the next 3 hours.
Were you a victim of the Winchester firearm?
Until suddenly he hears...
Holy shit.
Something.
Is that you? Something is behind my camera. I'm hearing something. What the fuck? No! Hey!
and he flips out and yells so loud everyone else in the house comes running.
Al?
Alex!
Yo, dude! Dude, we could hear you from upstairs. What's going on?
Well, let's use our brains for a second. If they can hear him from upstairs, pretty sure he can hear them from downstairs. 'Cause if you've ever had upstairs neighbors, you know the sound of footsteps carries especially, well... Pipe down! I'm trying to make a video down here! With that in mind, let's take another look at what just happened. Even though this show was edited for maximum scares and minimal information, I still think I can piece it together. First, Alex hears a faint sound, calls out, hears it again, screams his head off, and then hears footsteps running toward him.
What the fuck?
Now, let's take a look at that from the other three perspectives. Dakota's sitting in the séance of Gardner's bedroom, and his sister Chelsea is in Sarah's room.
I hear Alex screaming. I'm coming.
Thanks to this floor plan they don't believe in, we can see both of those are on the second floor. And the fact that they both hear him all the way from the basement up 2 flights in a different wing shows just how well sound carries throughout the house. Hold that thought. So Dakota hears Alex yell and immediately clomps down the stairs where he meets Tanner, who was already on the first floor.
Yo!
Is everything okay?
I don't know, I just heard someone yelling. Was that you?
No.
So I'm gonna go out on a reinforced steel bridge here and propose that the first sound Alex heard was the Lost Ranger wandering around overhead looking for his spot because that's what he was doing. Ow! And the sound of footsteps running toward him was, well, duh.
Yo, Alex!
Yo!
Is everything okay?
So they all go down to rescue Alex from the haunted basement and agree it was definitely probably a ghost. And Alex says if he has to stay down there any longer, the ghost will eat him. But they're like, nah, bro, you're good. And they abandon him to let the ghost finish the job. Dakota heads back to the gardener's room. Alex stays put. Chelsea to Sarah's room, while MapQuest Man...
I don't know where I'm at.
Well, definitely know I'm not alone now.
Right, there's 3 other people in the house making sounds like the one you just heard. Let's check in on them. Dakota, as part of his group Solo, is about to have a solo seance. And remember, they really built this up. They talked about that giant bell tower and how Sally would go into the seance room at midnight,
Have the bell rung to summon the spirits.
and in their conversation in the spooky trees, remember they said,
No, we are ringing that bell.
That's like a trigger object.
Yeah.
If we don't do whatever it is correctly, we might not be able to stop whatever we start.
whatever that means. But it's a bold plan. Say what you want, but ringing that huge bell would be cool.
Apparently there's supposed to be a bell in here somewhere, like on the windowsill.
Now, I'm pretty sure you gotta go up to the tower to... Wait, what are you
Right here.
doing?
Here we go.
I can only imagine how they ended up settling for that. Just one more thing. We're planning this big scene where the kids climb up in your bell tower, so...
It's closed.
Oh, but it's already in the script. The kids go out and they have this conversation about it in the spooky trees.
What makes trees spooky?
Well, they're tall.
Right.
And so the obnoxious girl says, "We are ringing that bell."
No.
But the boys say it's like a trigger object.
A what?
Trigger object. It means that if they don't do the whatever correctly, then the whatever isn't gonna whatever.
Whatever, dude.
Come on, we just gotta get the key to the bell tower. So
No.
Well, do you have any other bells? Like anything big, impressive, loud? Could I just borrow this?
Whatever, I just work here.
Okay, you know what? Our audience is gonna be so stoned at this point, they won't even know the difference. All right, thank you.
Fuck my life.
All right. The communication has begun.
Oh, if you thought that was impressive, wait till you see this.
I'm gonna turn on the Ovilus. This is definitely the best piece of equipment for direct communication. And I'm gonna write a word that I know is in the Ovilus database. There is a word. Can you use this device in my hand to tell me what that word is?
Don't every ghost talk at once. Take turns.
I believe that you can hear me.
Bueller. Bueller.
It starts with an E.
Can I buy another vowel?
What is the... No way! No way!
No way! That sounded like the ghost of Stephen Hawking.
I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, I don't know what to say either. But I'll bet I know who does. Time to tune into my favorite ghost hunting show by believer turned skeptic, Kenny Biddle.
You can own a ghost hunting tool. Or you can go to your local pet store and get these for like $3.99. It's basically the same thing.
Hey, Kenny.
Hey, Coleman, what's up?
Hey, have you ever heard of a thing called an Ovilus?
Ovilus? You are in luck because I have the OG version of it right here.
Cool. So what does it do to detect ghosts?
Nothing.
Sorry, dumb question. What does it do?
It's got a dictionary. Every 20 seconds or so, it'll spit out a random word.
Huh, and that random word is...
completely unrelated to anything going on. It'll just spit out a word. And then you, as a ghost hunter, get to interpret what that means.
Okay. It's like a free association game you can play in the dark.
That's basically it.
Cool. Well, I'm watching this show right now, and a kid got it to actually say the word that he wrote down. How would he do that?
This is movie magic. So you write down the word that you know it's going to say, and then you lay it out there, you put a video camera on it, and you wait.
Huh. Yeah, he did kind of just sit there for 14 minutes.
Then you just edit out those annoying 14 minutes.
Or speed it up and mute the sound so you can't hear it making a wrong guess every 20 seconds.
Or they could have done it in reverse.
Hey now, let's not get too cynical. I'm sure they wouldn't do that, right?
I'm just saying it could have been really easy to do.
Okay, well, thanks for teaching us about Oviluses, Kenny.
You're welcome.
Oviluses? Ovili? Anyway, let's see what Dakota's communication breakthrough leads to.
Thank you. Thank you for telling me what that word says on the piece of paper. What else can you tell me?
The answer turned out to be nothing.
Nothing else on the Ovilus. It's almost like whatever's here just came and then went.
It came, it saw, it laughed at the size of his tiny ding-a-ling, and then went. But guess what? He's not the only guy with one of those. It's a common problem. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. I wasn't talking about me. I meant his sister. She doesn't have a ding-a-ling. She has ovaries. An ovulus. That's what it says, ovulously.
Sarah, if you are here, you can use this device to communicate with me.
Ooh, we're in for another lively conversation.
Can you give us some insight into why you designed this home the way you did?
Chelsea, if you really want insight, why don't you, read a book? They do make those.
Yes, something like Mary Jo Ignofo's Captive of the Labyrinth that goes into great detail about her life, shows facts, examples of letters, and answers all the questions that you've been asking.
She sits there for like 5 hours waiting for nothing to happen. She could be halfway through the book by now.
It sounds like she spent the rest of her life running away from her loss.
Well, actually, Sally Winchester led a very busy and active life. Not only was she constructing this project of a house, but she was looking after her own finances, which was very rare at that time. She planned a canal system. The fellow who she hired started stealing, and she sued him and won. There was a politician who tried to unfairly assess her properties. She countered that with a public letter to say, you're only going after me because I'm a woman and can't vote. And the guy lost the election. She had a very fulfilling life. That's not running away.
But Chelsea's Ovilus gives her nothing. I guess the ghosts don't feel like talking to someone who's done so little research. So she's about to come up empty-handed, but then, at 2 a.m., she notices something.
It just got super cold in here. It's like a cold draft just came out of nowhere.
Actually, it came out of diurnal temperature fluctuation. As Chelsea ponders the strangeness of this everyday meteorological occurrence, suddenly, that happens?
That was terrifying. It felt like something brushed against my shoulder. Something physically just touched my shoulder.
Whoa! What possible brush-like thing could have physically brushed her shoulder? This mystery will never be... Oh. Is this her first time ever having braids? Because they do that.
Okay, am I losing my mind?
Well, let's not split hairs about that.
Did something just caress my shoulder?
It was a close brush, but the ghost just wanted to tease and then weave.
I'm freaked out.
The situation's just getting too hairy for Chelsea, so she has to call her brother on the radio, and his reaction is priceless. Did he forget they have radios?
Yeah? Go for Dakota?
Something touched my shoulder just now, and I am ready to be done with this group solo.
It's over, and they never even figured out what it was. R.I.P. group solo. So he comes to rescue her from her tangle with the pigtailgeist, and they decide this has all just been too hair-raising to continue alone.
We're going to meet back in the gear room.
Thank God.
Incidentally, that's how tired and or stoned most of the audience is too at this point. And just when it's time to leave their spots, Sir Lost-a-Lot finally...
Found it! Now that I've found the place, I can finally... I literally just found the place.
You just found the Venetian room?
Not my proudest moment, I'll be honest.
That's actually ridiculous.
That's actually a great title for this show. New plan. The other three stooges will make their way to Sarah's room, if they can find it.
We just were here.
We just did a circle.
And leave the fourth stooge to sit in the corner and think about what he's done.
I am officially sitting down in the Venetian room.
Boy, this is exciting. His many talents include getting lost and not being able to play the piano.
Is there anybody in here with me?
That would be a no, but come on, the other three kids all had their spooky stories to report, so he needs something. Even just a sound in the distance would work, like the wind shutting a door, or a tree branch brushing the house, or a bat landing, or a window creaking, or a pine cone falling, anything.
I mean, this is one of the most active rooms in the whole entire...
Whoa!
That'll work.
Hello?
Now he can act scared, jump up, and go investigate the ghostly sound. Doop-de-doop-de-doo, me investigating. Anything in here? No. What about over this-a-way? Nothing. What about over here? Nope, nothing there either. Doop-de-doop-de-doo. Anything in this room? No. Conclusion, it must have been ghost. Meanwhile, the other three eventually bumbled their way back to
Sarah's bedroom.
If you didn't catch that from the sign and the text on the screen, he also said it out loud. Hey, when the audience is this stoned, you gotta make sure.
So this is where Sarah passed. This is where she took her last and final breath.
I would be surprised if Sally died at the Winchester Mystery House, because at the time she was not living at that home.
And since this is definitely the spot Sally died, it's time to pull out the super high-tech gear.
Let's do an EVP session. The digital recorder is a device that's believed to pick up spirit voices. Who's in this room?
Well, while we're waiting, he called this an EVP session. I wonder what that is. Breaker, breaker, what is an EVP session? Sorry, wrong channel. Triple T to Kenny, over.
Oh, what the fuck?
Sorry, I forgot radios are so scary.
I'm not scared.
Sure. Anyway, I'm watching these kids do something they call an EVP session.
Ooh.
What the heck is that?
So EVP stands for electronic voice phenomena. And it's supposed to be the voices of ghosts.
So how does it work?
It doesn't.
Dumb question again, sorry. How do they do it?
Basically, they make this really crappy recording. Sometimes it has static and friction noise from their hands on it. They hear something weird. Obviously, it's a ghost.
Okay, but there's a twist. This kid has a high-tech digital recorder that picks up sounds our human ears can't hear, including spirit voices.
Ooh, you mean like one of these?
Double twist. You've got one too. What is it?
So this is not a high-tech recorder. This is from the 90s. It's an old, cheap dictaphone, and it's one of the first digital audio recorders that were released to the public.
A glitchy dictaphone from the 90s is a ghost hunting tool?
It's legendary for picking up ghost voices, except it's not ghost voices.
It's a device that picks up frequencies our ears cannot hear.
It doesn't pick up frequencies outside of human hearing. In fact, it's much worse. I mean, if you remember the old phone systems, this is worse than that. And that was pretty bad.
Are you people who are working from the house?
It's also voice activated. It stops and waits for a sound. And that means you're breathing, a bump, but that little click when it starts recording again, it turns that into a static noise and then repeats it. It literally makes up the noise. It's a compression artifact. That's what it is. It's not a ghost.
What? Dude, play that again.
With gusto, dude.
That literally sounded
Like a bell, like that she rang.
Yeah, like the seance bell. That's freaking weird.
That's freaking right. They failed to make out any ghostly voices at all, but they did hear a garbled ringing sound, which is so unexplained, I can only think of 3 explanations. 1, it's exactly what you'd expect to hear from the world's lowest quality digital recorder, overcompressed residual noise.
I mean, think about it. If she did that bell every single night, that's got to be some sort of a residual noise we just picked up.
Right, residual noise. I think he accidentally just agreed with me. 2, it's the ghost of a bell. Kenny, just checking, can a bell die and come back as a bell ghost?
No.
Thanks, just checking. Or explanation 3. This might be a stretch, but hear me out. The ghost of Sally Winchester came back just to mock their tiny dinglings and show who's got the real bells in the house.
The bell that's in the seance room right now, it's not the real one.
Yeah, we can't access the real bell.
Yeah, because they said...
No.
You've been in Sarah's room for a while now.
Or they can just go with option 4 and give up. Because it's time to go tell the 4th stooge that his timeout is over and he can rejoin the group.
Tanner?
Yo, I wasn't asleep. Honest.
We're heading to the witch's cap.
Also, now that group solo's over, they get to use flashlights.
I mean, if I had a flashlight to begin with, I would have found that Venetian room in like 1 less hour.
Wouldn't this show have worked so much better as a comedy?
I would have found that Venetian room in like 1 less hour.
This is where Houdini came and did his seance.
Oh boy, here we go again with the Houdini stuff.
Because people have heard spine-chilling whispers in here, Alex is recording on the enhanced recorder. Got the Ovilus on as well. If there's someone in here, can you whisper for us?
You have a tiny ding-a-ling. No idea if by enhanced he means the same crappy recorder as before, but the question is moot because it picks up nothing. Meanwhile, Stephen Hawking comes through again.
Do you know if Sarah
Just said spirits.
That's what this thing does. And if you hadn't guessed, the words in its dictionary kind of have a theme going on. But other than that, it's a total bust.
Not getting anything right now.
So time for plan B, make up excuses.
Well, I mean, this house was designed to confuse the spirits. The more we move, the harder it is for them to find us.
Right, the spirits were the ones who got lost tonight. The spirits were confounded by all those walls. Wait, can't spirits go through walls? How would walls even be a hindrance?
Just like Harry Houdini, we are leaving with far more questions.
You wish you were just like Houdini. And with that, they all bumble their way out. Thanks for visiting the Haunted Mansion, exit through the gift shop. And that's it. They pack up and go home empty-handed and pat themselves on the back for a job well done.
I do think Sarah is there herself.
I think so too.
I think one premonition did come true. Just a few weeks later, the show is canceled by the Travel Channel. Maybe they should shop it around to other networks, like the Unintentional Comedy Channel or the I'm Too Stoned to Change the Channel channel. Just some ideas in case the kids happen to be watching. Anyway, I gotta wrap this up. I'm not really sure how this happened. I set out to make a quick episode about a haunted house, and this ended up being my longest video ever. Honestly, I'm surprised anybody's still watching at this point. Right, Kenny? Kenny? Man, I cut away from him for like 10 minutes and he bounced. Can you believe that, Adrian? Well, I guess it's just me now, all alone, looking for answers. In the dark. It's almost midnight. Once the sun set, it really got cold in here for absolutely no reason. Spirits? Audience? If anybody can hear me, please subscribe to this channel. Subscribers help me make more videos. Also, I need to conclude this one somehow. Could you help me with that too? Spirits, if you could just say one word in a creepy electronic voice, tell me what is the meaning of ghost hunting? What is... Bullshit. Oh my god! Oh my god! No way! No way! That's it! That's it! I think we're good now.
We may not have found the answer.
We are leaving with far more questions.
That was like setting ourselves up for failure.
Yeah.
Well, kids, if you really want to learn more, then start with the Wikipedia pages, which I recently rewrote. The first one is the Winchester Mystery House, and the second one is the Sarah Winchester page. And if you want more reading, you can subscribe to Skeptical Inquirer magazine and read my cover article. And if you really want to learn more, you can try reading some books, such as Mary Jo Ignofo's. There's all kinds of ones by Joe Nichol, Colin Dickey, Mary Jo Ignoffo again, Ben Radford, and Owen Davies, and many more. There's your lesson for today.